Child. Okay. Listen, y'all. First things first, it's my birthday week. So that's why this video is a little late. Y'all can kind of hear it in my voice. I went out last night and my birthday is Thursday. So give me a happy birthday shout out. Okay. Before we jump into the video, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment below. And if this is your 5th time returning, I welcome you back with open arms. Baby, let's get into these housewives, the mean girls of Potomac. And it isn't even mean girls, like it's everybody, but yeah, it's definitely giving mean girls for sure. Okay. Let's just jump into it. So basically, the episode picks up where it left off from last week with the ladies in the Sprinter headed to Preakness. Side note, I'm so surprised about how many people never heard of Preakness. It's like, you know about the Kentucky Derby, but you don't know about Preakness? Like, it's been a thing for like hundreds of years. Like, I was so surprised that people hadn't heard of Preakness. But anyway, so they're on their way to Preakness and they finally get there and the ladies are basically having like a brunch type vibe. And, it's still tension with the group because Angel is a chop and she's annoying. Kay is constantly with a scowl on her face, just like super, and not, I don't want to say angry, but it's just, you know what? It is angry and it is aggressive. And I know we hate to use that word, but baby Kay, you are aggressive, baby. Why are you so just like, I don't know. She just like got a nasty attitude about everything and it's annoying. So while the ladies are having brunch, who walks in? Jassy walks in, okay? Jassy is joining the ladies at Preakness, and so she's going around the room giving everybody hugs, and they make the introduction that Angel is also a wag, okay? Wives and girlfriends, right, of ball players. They need to bring Wags back. Wags was such a good show. When it was on, when they did Wags Miami and like Kiafa was on there, Ashley Nicole was on there. It was so good. My girl, what is her name? Telly, because she was with the Bronze Bomber. What is his name? The to this day, Deontay Wilder. I think that's his name. Deontay Wilder, the boxer. I mean, Wags was just a solid show. Bring it back. Anyway, they get to going back and forth about how both of them are wags. And so there's a comment made where Angel says that, her husband is a 10-year starter. Now, listen, I did not get anything shady from that comment. I really did not. I really did not. But I think in the moment, anything you say can be amplified and played back incorrectly, especially with Angel. Child, Angel has short-term memory loss because everything that comes out of her mouth, she's so upset about things that never happened. It's like, girl, this just happened. Why are you so forgetful? Anyway, so that's going on. It's a little shade. It's a little shade between them, and people are picking up on it. And then Ashley has something to say to Tia. They get to going back and forth. And Tia's like, I forget the comment, but she said something and she's like, Tia says, oh, it's tongue in cheek. And Ashley's weird fucking adolescent body, forehead ass is trying to come at Tia. Baby, Tia got Ashley together so quick. Ashley's head was spinning. Like, she didn't even realize that Tia had got her together so politely and just like crisp and clean. She was taken aback. Tia said, girl, I said it was tongue in cheek. It isn't shade. I wasn't shading you. I'm telling you I wasn't shading you. Let it go. And so then Ashley had no choice but to back up and take it because she realized she was embarrassing herself. And anyway, it was cute. Like, we like Tia. Tia's definitely that girl. Then the ladies get to talking about, I think it was Wendy. Wendy had brought up like, no, not Wendy. I'm sorry. Kay. Kay had brought up how somebody told her that she didn't like Jassy or that she had a problem with Jassy. And I guess it was Wendy. So they all kind of come together. And Wendy says, well, listen, Jassy, when I was on the phone with you, I mentioned who all was coming to Preakness. And when I mentioned Kay's name, you kind of was like, I guess. You know what I mean? She said, so I thought it might have been a little bit of smoke with y'all or whatever. And so Jassy was like, oh, Wendy's just being messy. But then Kiana proceeds to get on Jassy's ass. Like, oh, we having beef and where'd that come from? And da da da. And then Jassy tells Kay, she said, listen, I know you're going through it with Greg, but don't take it out on me. I said, oh, child. This was a readathon. This episode, the ladies were reading each other like all the way down, and it was highly entertaining. So then Kiana comes back to Jassy and she was like, oh, okay, well, you're finally a fiance after being the side chick for so long. Like, damn. And she's in the confessional like, didn't that man have 2 kids on you? Like, oh, you're a side chick, whatever, whatever. And then Jassy was like, oh, baby, I've always been a fiance, never been a side chick. You're just mad that you got that little condo from Greg and it's not even paid for. It's like, damn, ladies. So they start getting elevated or whatever. And so they like, okay, the first lady is about to come around. And so Wendy and a couple of other ladies, they go to hug the first lady of Maryland. And, apparently they say she didn't want to be on the show. And here go Kiana, weak ass. Like, oh, Wendy was acting like she just was like, she know the first lady. And that lady was only there for like 2 minutes. Girl, she's not on the show. She didn't want to film. Did she acknowledge Wendy and hug Wendy? Yes. So that's all the confirmation you should have needed. It didn't give anything further than that, Kay. Like, Kay is such a bitter ass bitch. Like, I cannot with Kay. So anyway, they separate Jassy and Kay because they start going blow for blow and it just started getting real nasty. So they separate the ladies. And I got to tell y'all, people have so much shit to talk about Wendy this season. But let me tell you something. I'm so happy that Wendy is finally getting a season where she could just let her hair down and just be a bad bitch and sit back and cackle and be messy. Like, Wendy has had a time on this show constantly being attacked by the ladies. So the fact that Wendy is able to sit back this season and be messy and shade the girls, like, it's giving everything it's supposed to give from a housewife. Like, Wendy is not being nasty to the ladies. She's just calling them out on their shit and being messy about it. And I'm here for it. So all the Wendy hate train people can go sit down somewhere. Like, let Wendy have her messy season. Okay. This is her season. I know she got all this stuff going on with her personal life. I'm not even going to rush to judgment on that. And I'm going to tell you why. If you guys recall, Kyron Lacey, they also said he was guilty of homicide, and that young man ended up killing himself because no one believed him. And then here it is, the footage came out months later after he killed himself, and he wasn't even a part of the accident that they said he caused. He had been indicted for like manslaughter or something like that. So anyway, do not be so quick to judge just because the media, quote unquote, told you that somebody's guilty. And that's just that on that. It's nothing like Karen Huger, who had 4 DUIs. Like, that's a physical act of violence, okay? Anyway, all right, so now we speed up. Now the ladies are on their way to Neves, and they all meet up at the airport. Kiana, I hated your outfit. I hated that outfit. Kiana had on this orange and red 2-piece. Child, the pants, I'm going to find a picture of it and put it in right here. Why do the pants have the red in the crotch? Baby, it's given period. And not in a good way. It's not given period. It's given period. You are wearing your period pants. Anyway, the outfit was terrible. So the ladies land in St. Kitts because they're going to land in St. Kitts and then they're going to take a boat over to the island of Nevis. So everyone is getting off the plane, and while they're getting off the plane, like, they're getting to their transport vehicle, and the ladies are just sitting there, and then they're waiting on Jassy. They're like, baby, was Jossie in the back of the plane, at the bottom of the plane? Why did it take her so long to get off of the plane? So anyway, they were on the like little van or whatever, kind of shading a little bit because why did it take her so long? She had her like red light mask and she was doing skincare, which I'm not mad. I think it was, I don't know if it was Stacy or Kay or somebody in the van while they were waiting on her when she was walking up was like, "Oh, she's wearing iPads. Baby, you're doing she had her iPads under her eyes. Like, why are you doing that on the plane?" I'm like, plenty of girls do to put their eye strips on the plane. Like, it's not a big deal. So anyway, before they get on the boat, the ladies start popping champagne and they're kind of like sitting around talking or whatever, because they have to go through customs. And so while they're talking, they're just basically catching up. It wasn't too messy, but it kind of comes out like, okay, what was going on with Jossie and Kay? And Wendy kind of brought up like it was a little shady of Angel to kind of mention that her husband had been a 10-year starter. And again, like I said, I didn't find it shady at all. I think Angel was just saying it, but you never know because Angel is a flop and a chop. It's possible she meant it shady, but I didn't take it as shady. And then Wendy asks Stacy, does she suck balls? And then Tia makes some type of comment about basically she's sucking all the balls in her house. Okay, shout out to Tia. Then the customs lady comes over and they have to pull Angel to the side because this lady then brought a big ass camouflage Prada knapsack. And apparently camouflage is illegal in Nevis, right? They don't want you to look like you're part of the military or something, right? You'll fuck around and get sniped wearing a camouflage. Like it's illegal to wear it. So they have to go through like a couple ups and downs with with Angel. Like, girl, did you not read the memo? That camouflage is outlawed. It's on the list of things we cannot do, we should not do. Anyway, so now the ladies are on the boat and they're making their way downtown to Nevis. So Jossie, no, not even Jossie. So Giselle is the one who is driving the messy boat, and the people are like, the people not giving Giselle the smoke is really actually pissing me off because she's the one who's actually being nasty and like mean spirited with her shade. Like what Wendy is doing is Wendy's just calling people out for things that they said and did in group settings. Like, let's call it out. Nothing wrong with that. Giselle is being nasty and like mean spirited and a shit starter. So they get on the boat and Giselle tells Jossie like, "Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. Not everybody wanted you to be here." And so she was like, "Oh, well, who said that? Who said that?" And Giselle says, "Yeah, Kay, Angel." Now, back at Preakness, Angel did in fact say, when Giselle said, you know, who all was coming, Angel did say, bring Sharice. Like, I want Sharice to come. Now, did she blatantly say don't bring Jossie? No. But was the undertone of her saying bring Sharice while Giselle was talking about Jossie coming? Yeah, that was definitely shade. It sounded like it went over a lot of people's heads, but absolutely, Angel, in that moment, you were being shady. Okay, you were being shady. So once again, Giselle calls Angel out, and Angel fucking shrieks into herself and was like, "Oh, I don't remember saying don't bring Jossie, but if I did, I'm sorry. I don't remember saying that." So Jossie is like, "Well, damn, what's with all the smoke, Kay?" And Angel like, "Damn, what did I do to y'all? Like, where's all this smoke coming from?" And so then Kay and Jossie start getting into it again. And Jossie reveals that Kay was talking shit about Wendy. And so Wendy was like, "Well, when was this?" And Jossie was like, "Well, this was like 6 months ago." So Wendy's like, "Oh, okay. You came in this group, Kiana, this season talking about how I'm not a good friend and I'm not there for you. But baby, you've been talking about me for months and months and months to anyone that will listen. The beef is one-sided. The beef is fake. Kiana is fake. She's angry and fake. That's the worst kind of fake to be. Like, you can be angry or you can be fake. But if you are fake and angry, child, that's a deadly combination. And Kay, you have won with the fake and angry, and it's not. It is so terrible. It looks bad on you. Um, so Wendy calls her out, and Wendy's like, Kay, I have never said anything negative about you to any of the ladies. So to hear that you have been talking shit about me, like, that's very telling. And that's, that hurts my feelings. Um, and so then, like I said, then I don't know, they just started going back and forth. And Wendy was trying to explain like how she felt in the situation. Meanwhile, Jossie did not say what Kiana said about Wendy. So it kind of, I don't know, it gave flop a little bit because, girl, tell us. And even in the confessional, like, please let us know what she said. So I don't know. So the ladies get to Neves, and, they're going to go, obviously get to the rooms and stuff like that. And, Giselle is like, oh yeah, I'm going to bring up this picture of Angel. And so we'll see that upcoming, right? She was like, oh yeah, I got to bring up this picture. So they get to like the welcoming, and they're going to they're going to do rooms. And so in the first villa, it's going to be Giselle and Ashley, Ashley, and Tia. And then in the second villa, it's going to be Stacy, Wendy, and Jossie. And then the third villa is going to be Kay and Angel. And so the ladies are like happy. The villas look cute. The grounds of the resort looks really, really cute. I definitely would like to go to Nevis. Sign me up. So, okay. Now the ladies are kind of, they're in their rooms and they're talking. And all of the ladies coming into their rooms, Giselle has personalized a makeup bag. She's personalized their robes. And she's written the ladies all, a little note on a postcard. Just like, hey, I'm happy you're here. I'm glad we're being friends. Everyone has a personalized note and robe and makeup bag except for Stacy. And y'all, this is so mean girl coded, and it's so unnecessary, especially with grown ass adults, like women in their 40s and 50s. It's so juvenile and childish. And so Stacy is like, why? I mean, what did I do to this lady for this lady to act like this? Like, what is going on with this lady? And, it's childish or whatever. Now, Wendy, I did not like how in the confessional, Wendy said, that wasn't nice what happened to Stacy. I've been on the receiving end of Giselle's meanness. I'm just glad it's not me this time. And I was like, I didn't like that, Wendy. I didn't like that because that was unnecessary. Over in Kay and Angel's room, child, these miserable assholes. So Angel brings up like, oh, the ladies, no, she says Wendy. She's like, oh, Wendy didn't even acknowledge me at the airport. Actually, none of the ladies acknowledged me. It was like I was a ghost. And I find it weird that Wendy didn't even acknowledge me. They do a flashback. Baby, Wendy, Ashley, and Giselle all greeted Angel at the airport. Baby, you look like a clown sitting on TV talking about how the ladies they're so low class and they didn't acknowledge you and they didn't say hi to you and they didn't welcome you. Bitch, they did. And this just happened like hours earlier. Like, you forgot just that fucking quick? You're a weird ass bitch, Angel. You're a weird ass bitch. And I don't care. Let me tell you something. I don't give a fuck that she had a baby 19 months ago. Your child is almost 2, baby. That is more than enough time for you to get your shit together. Okay, if it is something that you would like to do. So I don't care about all of this giving her a pass because she had a baby 19 months ago. I'm sorry. That does not give you the right to be an asshole, and it doesn't give you the right to be so forgetful. I heard some people like, oh, maybe it's mommy brain. Her child is 2. Go sit the fuck down, okay? Anywho, and so whatever, Kay is co-signing like, oh yeah, that does sound weird, whatever. All right, so now the ladies are all going to get dressed. Oh no, actually there was another scene in Tia's room. She calls her daughter, it's her daughter's birthday, and they have this moment where Tia's she felt so bad that she missed her daughter's birthday one year. And that she's missing it again this year. She's like, but now it's a tradition almost because, as long as her daughter has gifts and, has a party and gets what she wants, she doesn't care that her mom isn't there. Which teenagers, like, Mom, you don't need to be at my birthday party. I want to be with my friends. And then her son gets on the phone. And her son, I guess, has sent a message saying how he wanted to be adopted. And, Tia handled it well. I really like Tia and her family dynamic. It really is wholesome. And it is a breath of fresh air on this show. So that was a really cute scene. So shout out to Tia. Again, Tia is the one that is thriving. She is the breakout of this season. It's definitely Tia. So the ladies are getting dressed for dinner, and they get out to dinner, and all the ladies look really cute. Sidebar, I hate how Angel dresses. Like, all of her outfits is just like her breasts are to the forefront in every outfit, and it just don't look good. I'm sorry, it just don't look good. I don't like it. That's just me though. So the ladies sit down for dinner, and we got to start up the mess. Let's just go ahead and kick off the mess, child. So they sit down and, they get to going back and forth about this picture, right? So Giselle brings up a picture. She's like, oh, I seen a picture of Tia. She's telling Tia, I seen a picture of you with some other girl, and it's supposed to be Angel. And she was like, Angel, I got to tell you right now, that's not you in that picture. And here go Angel, it is me. Yep, it's me. And Giselle was like, girl, all them filters, that is not you. And so all of the ladies laugh, by the way, because Giselle is being overtly mean AF. And some of the ladies laugh in like a, oh my God, that's so embarrassing type of a vibe. And then the other ladies, like Wendy, laughed out loud, like a real cackle. And so here go Angel looking at Wendy, and she gonna say, oh yeah, you went to get surgery so that you can look like a permanent Instagram filter. So, well, she didn't say Wendy's name, but she absolutely was talking about Wendy. And once again, we are confused. Angel, why do you have all of this smoke for Wendy when Giselle is the one that is overtly coming at your head, baby? I'm so confused. And it's like, if you watch Angel's mannerisms, that's what y'all gotta watch. Angel's mannerisms is so crazy when it comes to Giselle. She gets into little sister, I gotta be polite mode. Like every time she's talking to Giselle, she literally shrinks in and is like, she puts on this baby voice like, yes, thank you. And okay, sure. No, that wasn't a filter. It's very polite. It's very mommy may I. And it's weird. And then she has all of this raw aggression towards Wendy. And it's like, girl, Wendy is not even giving you that energy. Giselle is. So why is it skipping you? So Wendy brings it up. She's like, why is it that you have all of this like vitriol and smoke for me when I just asked a question at Kay's house? Like, you have all of this smoke, even what you're doing right now. It's all this like neck rolling and energy towards me. I'm not understanding it. And she's like, and then when he's like, but you don't have any of that for Giselle. Giselle just sat here and told you that you are not that lady in the picture who you present yourself to be in person. And you got smoke for me. And here go Angel. Well, I can have a difference. I can feel differently towards people. I can feel differently. And Wendy is like, okay, girl, clocked it. She said, you just proved that y'all on some sneaky shit. And she said the fact that at the table the other day when Kiana said, do you even like this lady? She said, y'all just exposed both of yourselves. And so then here go Kay piping up. What do you mean? How did I expose myself? How did we expose ourselves? And Giselle jumped in, which I'm actually glad. Let me say this. Giselle gets on my nerves, but I like that Giselle is jumping in. Every week she is backing up what Wendy is saying. And that is the combo that we needed all this time. Like, we would have loved to have seen Ebony and Ivory, okay? We would have loved to have seen that in seasons past, okay? But now that Robin is gone, maybe we can get some of that. Even though Wendy know better than to trust Giselle. Actually, all of the ladies, they should know not to trust Giselle, but for whatever reason, Angel, Kay, Ashley, they are all capitulating to Giselle. Even Wendy, and I hate that for Wendy, because Wendy, you know better. You know better than to capitulate to Giselle. So anyway, basically the ladies are just going back and forth, and Wendy is letting them know, like, girl, I see you. And Giselle jumps in and was like, well, Wendy is right. Like, y'all are talking about Wendy. Y'all probably talking about all of us behind our back. That's how we see it. And then once again, Angel's demeanor instantly changes to, well, no, that's not necessarily the case. As soon as Giselle jumps in, like, her whole demeanor changes. So then Ashley, the scene ends. No. Let me take a step back. Wendy brings up how everybody had personalized stuff except for Stacey. And Stacey is like, yeah, so I didn't understand that, Giselle. Like, what is your beef? And Giselle's like, well, I don't know you. And then in the confessional, she was like, I don't know you, ho. I was like, ooh. I'm like, Giselle, oh, gosh. Y'all, I remember when this show first started, I liked Giselle. And then when Giselle started to be messy and nasty, I kind of was like, I was cool on Giselle, but I still was like, okay, I could take or leave Giselle. Like, I started to feel indifferent, but I never disliked Giselle. The past 3 seasons, I have disliked Giselle. I didn't like how she treated Wendy. I don't like how she's treating Stacey. I didn't like how she was treating Candace. Like, it just, okay? Like, I'm now in season 10, baby. It's just giving. Giselle is such a whack job. But whatever. The ladies around her are capitulating to her, so she is the queen bee of Potomac. It like, Karen is gone. Like, it is what it is. So anyway, so Stacey is like, I don't understand. You don't know my name. You talking about you didn't know what to put on the card. You don't know my name? Because that's all you need to put on the card was my name, baby. And so it was nasty, it was mean. And here comes, so then Stacey pushes back and she's like, well, Giselle, let's talk about your life and who is this man you're dating? And here go most of the girls like, oh, well, he is fine and he is cute. And I'm like, here y'all hoes go again, capitulating to Giselle. I can't. I fast forwarded it. And then here go Ashley, Captain Save-A-Ho. Stacey done said something to Giselle. Now here go Ashley's perfect opportunity to come at Stacey. Well, raise your hand if you've dated a ball player before. And so Stacey was not even part of that conversation on the other end of the table. And so then Ashley was like, well, Stacey, are you gonna raise your hand? Because weren't you dating an ex-Redskins player that we know? And she was like, what? And she was like, oh yeah, Chris Samuels. And so Stacey was like, Chris and I are friends. Okay. And this is the thing. That's not tea, Ashley. Stacey is single, or was single before she got back with her husband. Matter of fact, she's still single. She's just dating her husband. Chris Samuels and Chris Samuels and Monique, they are divorced. So he's single. What is the tea for that? Like, Stacey and Monique are not friends. They've never been friends. They weren't even on the season together. So they aren't even castmates or a part of a sisterhood outside of being on the same show at different points in time. No connection. And there you go, Angel. Yeah, I know Chris. I know Chris because he was her husband's mentor at Bama. Girl, okay, so you don't know him. Your husband knows him. Like, Angel, sit the fuck down. Like, Angel is trash. Clearly, Kay has put a bug in her on how she, quote unquote, needs to move. And it's just disgusting. So anyway, the episode was good. Let me say this. The episodes have been good. The ladies of Potomac, in the past 2 seasons, I want to say, have not been good in the sense of, it hasn't been good because the ladies have just been unbearable and nasty with each other. And this season, at least the shade is entertaining. I'll take shady entertainment over overtly mean girl nastiness. Like what Giselle is doing is mean girl nastiness, but it's blended in with Wendy doing the shade. With Jossie came in with the shade. Tia came in with the shade. Stacey is hilarious, so she's balancing the ladies out with comedic relief because she just seems like such a good, upbeat person. So at least this season, there is balance. Like the past seasons in Potomac, if you know, you know, the ladies have just been unbearable to watch. At least there is balance this season with fun and light shade and comedy mixed in with the mean girl antics. So we'll pick up next week with Ashley thinking that she's dropping some bomb on Stacey as it relates to Chris Samuels. Baby, it's not tea. And yeah, we'll be back next week. I'm sorry that you guys got this video late. Like I said, it's my birthday week. I went out last night and I'm definitely going out Thursday, Friday, probably Saturday. Because, baby, life is short and we got one life to live. So I'm about to tee up. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Let me know what you thought about this episode. How do we feel about the ladies? And do you guys agree and understand what I'm saying about how this season has balance? It isn't just all mean girl, mean girl, mean girl. It's fun shade, it's comedy, it's light, and it's the mean girl antics. So there's a better balance. Let me know if that makes sense to you guys. But I will see you guys in the next one. Yeah, thank you for stopping by. Bye-bye.